The strong dollar, high US interest rates and high oil prices have caused a lot of problems for the world economy this year. So what about next year? Well, we've just released our 2019 FX outlook, and we look at when does the dollar top out and when do undervalued assets breathe a sigh of relief. Many emerging market nations have been forced into defensive rate hikes to support their currencies this year, and most asset classes are down on the year. So what is the outlook for the dollar in 2019? We've just released our 2019 FX outlook and we've called it peak dollar. When will the dollar top and when will undervalued assets breathe a sigh of relief? Well, one of the factors supporting the dollar right now is high hedging costs. It costs over 3% to sell the dollar forward against the euro right now. So what do we think about those hedging costs? Well, we think further Fed hikes in early 2019 are going to make those hedging costs even more expensive. But they should top out probably around the middle of next year, and thereafter we think investors will be able to rotate out of the dollar and into undervalued asset markets overseas. We also think as the US business cycle matures, Trump's twin deficits are going to start to weigh on the dollar. Historically that's been the case, and we could also see the White House starting to use a weaker dollar to stimulate the economy ahead of elections in 2020. What does this all mean for euro-dollar? We see euro-dollar bottoming about 110 in the early part of 2019 and then picking up gradually to about 120 by the end of the year. But we need to consider other scenarios as well. Of the alternatives, we're probably most worried on the trade side. Does Trump try to bring out his voter base by getting tough with auto imports from Europe? If that's the case, euro-dollar could trade down to 105 through the early part of 2019. There's much more detail in our FX outlook, and that can be found on ing.com/think.